Donald Trump said he's not going to forgive the BRICS nation, most especially Nigeria, because he feel like they are betraying him. And now he just made his first move. He said he's going to deal with Nigeria especially. It increased the tariff for Nigeria by 10% again, and he said it's going to do more. And other nations as well. So recently, a BRICS nation came together, and Nigeria was formally induced into it as one of the BRICS nation. We are still going to talk about this irresponsibility of this man behind Tinubu, making fun of Tinubu while Tinubu was having his speech, his time. So we are still going to talk about that, but let's firstly talk about Donald Trump and his tariff. So these are the complete BRICS nation. Now you see Nigeria is here. I think there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 as at June 2025. So they recently decided to hold a BRICS conference. So formally inducing themselves into it. And these major affairs of these BRICS is to move out of the world order. The world order of depending in the United States of America dollar. And they are trying to create a transactional means within the country in a way that we can transact together without involving the dollar and thereby crashing the dollar. And one of the most powerful weapons of the United States of America is the dollar. Once the dollar crashes, the power of the United States of America reduced by 80%. And according to statistics, these countries here, this nation here, this entire nation here, contribute 50% of the world GDP. These entire nations here contribute 50% of the world GDP. And they want to dump the use of dollar. They have not entirely dumped it though. They are still very, very much using the dollar, but they are planning towards it. And the United States of America feel threatened. And the USA will do everything to make sure these BRICS will not go on. So that is why the USA is eating hard. I said BRICS country jointly condemned the USA threat to the pro-BRICS countries. Said it's going to increase the tariff for all those countries who are under the BRICS by 10%. Those people who newly joined the BRICS nation is going to give them 10%, and those people who are already there is going to increase it by 25%. And we do not know if he has done it already, but it's just a threat. We do not know if he has done it already. Well, let me know exactly how you feel about that. And do you think they will succeed? Because we are hearing India. India is a close ally to the United States of America. Saudi Arabia is also a close ally to the United States. In fact, the whole UAE are close allies to the United States of America. And China has a deal with the USA. Russia obviously do not have a deal with the USA, but then again, they are collaborating in some certain places. So do you think this will go on as planned? And this is our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's an issue that happened recently at that conference where an aide to a president, to another country president, was kind of like acting as if he was disgusted towards our beloved President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while Bola Ahmed Tinubu was having his own time to speak at the conference. I'm going to play you the video and you're going to be the judge yourself. And to tell me, do you feel the man was being disrespectful or not? Because according to this guy, he said his speech was so empty and worthless that the man behind him took off his headphones, picked up his mobile phone and put it on his AirPod to listen to something better and sensible. Okay, let's listen to the speech, guys, and let me know if you feel like our president wasn't making any sense.
What have aired here today and what has been taking place in BRICS. The next financial restructuring, body, and re-evaluation of the global system. Nigeria therefore called on BRICS to lead a new path of justice anchored on fairness, sustainable technology, transfer and accessible financing, such that emerging economies can fully benefit from the various initiatives in this field. The African continent is creating the path through the African Carbon Market Initiative and Great Green Wall. We believe that eventually COP30 will strengthen our resolve to strategically embrace a healthy global environment. Nigeria strongly believes in South-South cooperation. We can therefore not be passive participants in global decision-making. On this financial restructuring, debt forgiveness, climate change, environmental and global healthcare, we must be architects of our future that addresses the specific needs and concerns of youth, which represents 70% of our population in Nigeria. Therefore, we believe Nigeria remains guided by our long-term vision 2050 and nationally determined contribution.
Okay, guys, I watched the video enough. If this particular guy here is irresponsible enough to do his job and to act accordingly, why are we now blaming our president? All because many people dislike him, we dislike him over what is happening in the country. So does that mean that somebody can just outrightly fail on his duty and then we will come back to the blame our president again? I don't understand. I see people saying that Tinubu was so nobody want hear am, they no rate am, they no do this thing. What the hell? If they no rate Tinubu, they no rate Nigeria. That was it just really mean. If this guy they make mock of our president, and he's not even a president of any country, it's an aide, or maybe it's one of the BRICS employee. Is employed under the BRICS. And is not doing a job well by listening and taking note of what everyone is saying and decided to ignore it by listening to something else. That is a failure from his own part. It's not a failure from our own president. Why you now they make the matter that no one see me no go support all because say we no like person, the Nigeria is going crazy, then we will come put the failure of someone, blame the failure of someone, come put on another person's head. He was making a good speech, he was reading from the book, and it was making sense. Grok even acknowledged itself. This is what Grok said about the whole issue. Someone asked Grok, he said, what could make those guys behind Tinubu to do what they did while the president was speaking? Then Grok said, the aides behind Tinubu but the Tinubu at the BRICS summit seems to display second-hand embarrassment, likely from his stumbling, incoherent delivery. Face covering and avoidance indicate discomfort with the speech's poor reception. Okay, it means that Tinubu wasn't delivering the speech well. Then Grok got us a Charlie Omo. That Tinubu speech and a real embarrassment. Stumbling word and incoherent bit like great green word when no make sense. Great green word when no make sense. Aide behind the hide face. E clear say them they die inside. Now through second hand shame. Grok, take it easy now. Take it easy. Take it easy. But then again, no matter what, he's a president of a nation. You have to listen to him. No matter, great green nation, now the same thing, a great African nation, African nation are green. So, waiting great, Grok, you made a mistake there. If you combine those words, great green nation, it makes a lot of sense. Now you thought, they make sense. It makes a lot of sense. Not be everything we will listen to you, Grok. So let me know about the whole thing we just analyzed. Me, I don't blame Tinubu. I don't blame him. Understand? That guy is supposed to be checkmate. And if he's employed under the BRICS, he should be sacked.